Welcome to the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. We discuss 6 questions in 9 minutes because leaders know how to be concise. Let's go ahead and jump right to it. Our first question, in a few sentences, tell us who you are and what you do.
Yeah, my name's Kevin Neal. I'm the CEO with P3ID Technologies, and we are a business process automation company. And what that means is that we can automate business processes to decrease operational cost or improve efficiency with document processing capability.
Fantastic. Question number 2, what's the best thing about working with the team?
Learning. And, part of being a leader is learning from your experiences and then paying that forward to other people on your team. So everybody's a collection of your experiences. So learning from others, because nobody is a jack of all trades. So being able to learn, pay it forward. I've learned from people in my past when I was a junior person working in certain industries. So I absolutely love learning from others who have other life experiences, not just in my field or in a business, but just in personal life. So I really enjoy the learning experience from working with the team.
I really like how you describe that pay it forward with what you've learned. I agree that that's a great characteristic of good leaders is to share what they've learned with those that are on their team. So that's a great comment. Question number 3, I hear from other leaders of teams that it can be a challenge to get team members engaged. Tell me your thoughts.
It could be, but I think if you just really get to know the person and exploit their strengths and let them define what they want to do within certain parameters, of course. But if you can't make a technician be a salesperson, and you can't make a salesperson be a technician. Some people have those skills, but you really have to understand what people want to do, what their passion is, what they're comfortable doing, and give them the opportunity to be successful in what they do. So if they're a customer-facing person, you want to put them with customers. You want to have them talking to customers. You want to have them engaging with customers and doing that kind of stuff. If they're a software coder, you want them very focused on it. One thing I've learned as a leader is you cannot take somebody out of their box and force them to do something that you want to do. They're going to resist it. It's not productive for them. It's not productive for your business or your company. So you really have to understand their personality, their traits, what they want to do, and learn to exploit those for both your company's benefit, but also their benefit. Because if they're a happy worker, then they're satisfying the customers, and it's a win-win-win situation. So I really go the extra mile to really find the person's character and what they have a passion for.
Great observations about strengths-based placement and usage. Great observation. Question number 4, what other piece of advice would you offer to leaders of teams?
I would say don't be afraid to make mistakes, but don't make big mistakes. But if you're going to fail, fail fast and learn from it. Again, learning from experiences. One of the things relating to a pay it forward story, a long time ago, I was working in a warehouse and God forbid I shipped the wrong part to somebody. It was an awful mistake. I felt horrible. And it was just I shipped the thousands and thousands of products. It was one product. But my manager came to me and his name was Frank. And Frank said, Kevin, listen, you made a mistake. It's okay, right? But I want you to learn from it. And I'll never forget that. That was 30, 35 years ago. And I remember Frank telling me that. And people are going to make mistakes. So when it happens, recover from it, learn from it. Elon Musk says that all the time, right? Fail fast, fail quickly, learn from it, recover, move on, right? None of us are perfect. So really, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to be direct, be honest, be truthful about your shortcomings. Because all the time I say, hey, I'm not so good at so-and-so, but you're good at that. Can you help me out? And that's why, especially our team, is a collection of these mismatched people that have different skills, different strengths. So really fail fast, really learn from it, recover from it, make a policy or procedure around it so maybe it doesn't happen again, if you can avoid those mistakes and get better from it. That's so I would just say don't be afraid, really. You know, none of us is perfect. Anybody that claims that they're perfect, you know, I would really question that, you know.
That is questionable. Those are some great pieces of advice. Thank you. Question number 5. What other successful leaders of teams, such as yourself, would you like to recognize that have had a positive influence in your life?
Yeah, there's one person that I really admire. His name's Dave Wilson, and he's with a company called EnviroSafe. And EnviroSafe sells environmental collection analytics applications. So for example, in COVID, you can go swipe the surfaces, the air, the water, and detect it if there's COVID or coronavirus in that. So Dave is a guy that has built a healthcare analytics business. So he was already in the business itself. So he didn't go chasing this, but he made a slight pivot and he launched EnviroSafe that has this additional capability. Dave is a guy that has bootstrapped his own business. He's built a whole team all on his own and been very successful. So Dave Wilson from EnviroSafe, I would say I very much admire him. He was a customer of mine years and years ago. He's become a good friend. He's been very successful. And I really value Dave Wilson's friendship.
Mm. Well, he certainly sounds like a great individual, so thank you for recognizing him. 6th question. Tell us a little bit about your first job.
First job. Okay, this is a fun one. So, and it relates to everything we've just been talking about. So, my first job was a paper route, pretty typical. And this was, again, years and years ago when we had the bicycles with the baskets on the front. So I got one paper route and I probably had 50 or so papers. And it was good enough, it took me an hour or so to do that paper route. But I got pretty good at it. I'd toss the paper from my bike and it hit the porch. So I got down to doing it in a half an hour. So I got a second route. Then I got a third route. So finally I got to a point where my bicycle with the basket wasn't going to work. So I upgraded to a scooter and I put a saddlebag over the seat and stuffed the papers in so I can motor along and do the 3 routes in the time it usually took 1. And that was fine. So I improved the efficiency and I did these 3 routes. But what happened when my scooter would break down or it was raining, it was dangerous, then I had to get my parents to drive the car and we could throw the papers from the car. So I had to progress from 1 route to the moped with 3 routes to the car with 10 routes. So, it was the process of efficiency and learning to do things better with my paper route that really helped me in the business world to apply the same principles, do more with less, be efficient, continually strive for improvement. So like most of us, probably a paper route was a good place for us to start, good learning experience. And it was great, meeting the customers because I had to go collect the money, meet the customers, talk to the customers. And I really enjoyed that part of the thing too, because usually delivering papers at 3:00 in the morning, there's not anybody out there that you could visit with there. So yeah, so the personal part of it and getting to meet the people and the customers was really fun too. So the paper route was really absolutely a great learning experience.
Well, you and I have that in common with one slight difference. That also was my first job was as a paper route, but I had an afternoon route. And so I did get to see my customers from time to time as well as go collect. So great story because I often reflect on my time as a paper boy and the lessons that I learned that I still think about now. So I love that. I love that. Thank you for sharing.
I had an afternoon route too. So,
did you? Okay.
Yeah, after school, I did the afternoon route. So I'd go do the morning route, go to school, water polo practice, afternoon route.
Well, hats off to you for doing multiple routes there. That's impressive. Well, Kevin, thank you so much for being on the podcast today. How can people find you?
Yeah, we're easy to find. So our website is P3ID Technologies, and P3 is for People, Process, and Policy. So it's P3ID for intelligentdatatech.com, P3IDtech.com. Our phone number's on there. I'm easy to find via social media. Just Google my name or Kevin Neal, and we're freely available. Love to talk about how we can make your business or your personal life easier with our business automation tools.
Fantastic. This is Sean Richards with the Team Engagement Podcast, where leaders of teams share their insights. For more ideas, you can find us on LinkedIn by searching Blue Sky Business Consulting. Thanks for joining us and have a great day.
Thanks, Sean.